Bonjour, bienvenue à la classe de français. So here we are in our new term. Last term we learned about the past tense. This will be very important for us to know as we progress. So we're going to take today and perhaps another day or two to review what we did last term and be sure we are past tense experts. Remember, you're going to need, just like always, your notebook, pen or pencil, Chromebook, and if you're sitting in a classroom, you want to have your headphones or your earbuds. So it says here exactly what I just told you. Today's work requires a lot of writing, so be sure to have your notebook and a pen or pencil before you start. You can do these exercises aloud or on paper. The best is to do them both written and spoken, but it's really up to you. If you're sitting in the classroom, you may want to do them written because you don't want people to hear you, or you can be brave, or you can whisper the answers, whatever works for you. Okay. Also, if you see anything in this lesson that you don't remember, feel free to take notes in your notebook. That will help you to remember it. All right, here we go. Le passé composé, the past tense. These are the notes that we did before, so you should recognize some of this. Look at the following three sentences. Ali played football yesterday. They have visited Paris 3 times. We did tidy the bedroom. What do they have in common? Is this done the same way in each sentence? What they have in common is they're all in the past tense. These are all events that have happened before but not happening now. Is it done the same way in each sentence? No, it's not. In the first sentence, the past tense is just one word, played. In the second, it's 2 words, have visited. In the third, it's 2 different words, did tidy. So all these 3 tenses in English can be translated by just one tense in French. It is called the Passé Composé. As we go through this, feel free to pause anytime you need to write something down or you want to just go back and review what we talked about a few minutes ago. So each of the following sentences contains an example of the Passé Composé in French, tense in French. Now, instead of saying Ali played, in French we say Ali a joué au foot hier. Hier means yesterday. Ils ont visité Paris 3 fois. They visited Paris 3 times. Nous avons rangé la chambre. We have cleaned the room. What's the first thing you notice about this tense? It's always 2 words. It's always 2 words. Look at the first of the highlighted words in each sentence. They're purple. We have a, on, and avant. Where have you come across this before? You should recognize it because it is the present tense of avoir, to have. So as a reminder to you, here is the present tense of avoir. Now, you may want to write that down if you don't remember it. If you do remember it, you don't need to. But this present tense of avoir is always the helping verb. Each French verb in the past tense starts with the helping verb. Now take a look at the words in bold, in red in each sentence. We have jouer, visiter, ranger. They look a lot like verbs we know, but they're a form we haven't seen before. This is known as the past participle, and it's the second part of the past tense in French. To form the past participle, from the verb to get it into a past participle form, we take the infinitive, and we remove the infinitive ending, and we add the PC ending. I'm going to show you exactly what that means. For ER verbs, the infinitive ending is ER, and the past participle ending is E with an accent. And now you're saying to me, Madame, I just don't get this. It doesn't make any sense. Well, let's look at how it actually looks. First of all, let's just talk about changing the infinitive into the past participle. For example, travailler means write. It means to work. And it turns into, in the past tense, travailler. Look what we did. There's no longer an ER on the end. Instead, there's an E accent, right? An E with an accent on it. Look at another one. Nager, to swim, turns into nager, swam. It sounds the same, but it looks different. Instead of having the ER in the end, it has the E accent. Another one, voyager, to travel, has the ER on the end when it's to travel. But now we get rid of that to, and we add the E accent, and what we have is voyager in the past tense. So let's put this all together so you can see how it works. The passé composé is made up of two parts. The first part is the present tense of avoir. The second part is the past participle of the verb you want to put into the past. How do we do this? The passé composé is made up of two parts. The first part is the present tense of avoir. The second part is the part you want to put into the past. Look at these examples. Il a regardé. Il, he. We need a helping verb, a, and a past participle, regarder. Nous avons dansé. Nous is the subject. Avons is the right form of avoir to go with nous. And danser goes at the end. It's the past participle, so it has an E accent on the end. We have danced. We danced. Nous avons dansé. J'ai étudié. Étudier is to study. J'ai, we have the helping verb there from avoir. J'ai étudié. We got rid of the ER. We put on the E accent. Part of avoir, past participle. So you see there are two parts to every past tense verb in French. Part of avoir and the past participle. We really need to do some practice to make sure we really get this. So let's practice this with just ER verbs. And as I said before, all of these exercises in this video were written to be done out loud. But if you're in class or somewhere else and don't want to speak out loud, you can write down your responses instead and check them against the answers on the video. Let's take a look at the first one. Chanter. Now we want to say, she sang. How are we going to do that? We're going to take off that ER, and we're going to put an E accent on it, and we're going to put an A in front of that, an A for have. She has sung, or she sang. It's the same phrase in French. Elle a chanté. Regarder is to look at or to watch. We need a helping verb to say he watched. And we need a past participle with an E and an accent. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Oops, sorry. Il a regardé. Il a regardé. We're just going to do these next few together. Manger. What are we going to do? First, we need a helping verb. So we're going to say that helping verb has to go with il, so it's going to be a, right? Il a. And then manger, we're going to put the E accent on the end instead of the ER. And we get il a mangé. Il a mangé. Travailler. Same thing. I want you to try on your paper or out loud and see if you can do this one yourself. I'll give you a few seconds to try. Excellent. Il a travaillé. We have the helping verb, il a, and travailler, the past participle. I'd like you to do the next couple yourself. Écouter. So now you want to say, I think it's they. They listened. Now let's make it he. He listened. Il a écouté. We have a helping verb, a, and écouter has the E accent on the end. E accent is not what we normally call it. That's what I call it, just to make a really brief summary of what that E with that accent that goes uphill to the right means. I just say E accent. That's just my own thing. Acheter, to buy. So now we want to say he bought. Try that on your own. All right, il a acheté. Everyone have that with the helping verb and the E accent on the end of the verb that turns it into a past participle? Everyone say it after me. It's il a acheté. Okay, chanter. We did this one before. Let's try it again. She sang. On your own. Elle a chanté. Elle a chanté. Regarder. To watch. Elle a regardé. Super. Elle a regardé. Marcher is to walk. Even if you're not familiar with that word, you should be able to put it into the past tense, right? We need a helping verb and an E accent at the end. Il a marché. Manger. We did this one before. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Here we go. Start. Il a mangé. Super. Il a mangé. Étudier, to study. So we want to say he has studied or he studied in French. Here we go. Il a étudié. Il a étudié. Jouer. Ah, he played basketball. He's going to play basketball, right? He played basketball with these other guys. They look a little confused. Here we go. Put it into French. He played. Il a joué au basket. I think this one's close to the last one of these. Regardez. Il a regardé. Super. All right, we've got some written practice. To write these out, I'd like you to pause with each one, and I want you to just do all 8 of them, and when you're done, then press play, and I will put the answers up. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to press pause. What you're doing is just writing a sentence for each one. So let's do number 1. I'll show you for an example. Isabelle, un jean. We want to say Isabelle bought a pair of jeans. Isabelle a acheté un jean. So you're putting, where that slash is, you're putting the right form of acheté in the past tense. Let's try number 2 also. Nous, un CD. We're going to take off the ER, put on accent, and give it a helping verb, and we get nous avons acheté un CD. Please press pause and do 3 through 8, and then I will come back and give you the answers. So press pause now and start writing or speaking. Okay, so we're back now. Here are the answers for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm just going to read them to you. J'ai acheté un portable. 4. Tu as acheté un vélo. 5. On a acheté des chaussures. 6. Alice a acheté une raquette. Mes cousins ont acheté un photo-appareil. Numéro 8, Monsieur Simard a acheté un manteau. Okay, verbs that end in IR or RE have different endings, you probably remember, on the end of their past participles, right? IR and RE are different. IR verbs in the Passé Composé turn into I. So instead of taking off the ER and putting on an E accent, we take off the IR, we put on an I. Remember this? Same thing with RE verbs, except instead of putting on an I, we put on a U. R-E-U. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Here's some questions you could ask someone using the past tense of IR and RE verbs. Est-ce que tu as fini ton café? There's your helping verb, a, and your past participle, fini. Est-ce que tu as réussi en classe de maths hier? Tu as réussi. Est-ce que tu as choisi un chien adorable? Did you choose a cute dog? Est-ce que tu as choisi? Tu as choisi, helping verb, past participle. Est-ce que tu as vendu la voiture? Did you buy the car? Tu as vendu. Est-ce que tu as attendu le bus? Tu as attendu. You waited, helping verb, past participle. Est-ce que tu as entendu la musique? Tu as entendu, helping verb, past participle. All right, we're going to practice this using the verb finir. Very simple. I'm going to give you je, for example, and you're going to say I finished because you're saying oui, yes, I finished. Your answer would be j'ai fini. We'll do the next one together too. Now I want to say what happened? It disappeared. All right, sorry. You did not finish, right? We'll turn into tu n'as pas fini. You can do these out loud or you can do these on paper, whichever you're more comfortable with, depending on where you are while you're doing this. I recommend doing it both ways, especially because it's hard to learn to speak if you're not practicing speaking, right? So here we go. Next one, nous, oui. So you're going to write, we are finishing, or we finish right now, and then I'll tell you the answer. Nous avons fini. Vous, you finished. Vous avez fini. Eric finished. Il n'a pas fini. Stephanie finished. Elle a fini. Fred and Mark, they did not finish. Fred et Marc. Ils n'ont pas fini. Remember, you can press pause at any time if you need more time. Anne et Marie, they finished. Elles ont fini. Okay, let's read about the following people, and you're going to say if they gained or lost weight. So for each example, you're going to write 2 sentences, whether they gained weight or not, and whether they lost weight or not. So Philippe a mangé des pizzas. Il a grossi. Il n'a pas maigri. If you recall, we talked about these verbs before. Grossir is to gain weight. Maigrir is to lose weight. Let's try an example. Nous avons fait une promenade. If we went for a walk, did we gain weight or lose weight? We lost weight. Nous avons maigri. Nous n'avons pas grossi. So there's a positive and a negative every time. Je mange des carottes. If I eat carrots, I lost weight. I didn't gain weight. J'ai maigri. Je n'ai pas grossi. Right? If all I eat is carrots, I lost weight. I didn't gain weight. Elle a dîné chez McDo. They call McDonald's McDo. So did she gain weight? Did she lose weight? You write it down yourself or say it, and then I'll check with me in just a second. Elle a grossi. Elle n'a pas maigri. Remember to use the pause button if you need more time. Martin a adoré la glace. Il a grossi. Il n'a pas maigri. Nous n'avons pas mangé des salades. We did not eat the salads. Nous avons grossi. Nous n'avons pas maigri. J'ai été actif. I was active. Sorry, gave you the answer too soon. J'ai maigri. Je n'ai pas grossi. Il a nagé et joué au foot. Il a maigri. Il n'a pas grossi. Tu as fait les achats au centre commercial. Qu'est-ce que tu as choisi, n'a pas choisi? So tell me for each one of these what you chose or didn't choose. So you're going to say, I chose a dress. J'ai choisi une robe. Let's try another one together. I did not choose a pair of pants. Je n'ai pas choisi un pantalon. Let's keep going and do these on your own. Des jeans. I did not choose jeans. J'ai choisi des jeans. I obviously got it back. I said did not, and there's a we there. Sorry, that was my mistake. Let's just keep going. Un blouson. I did not buy a jacket. Sorry, I'm messing up here. Je n'ai pas choisi un blouson. Des sandales. I chose some sandals. J'ai choisi des sandales. I did not choose a coat. Je n'ai pas choisi un manteau. Un chapeau. I did not choose a hat. Je n'ai pas choisi un chapeau. A t-shirt. I chose a t-shirt. J'ai choisi un t-shirt. Now, last thing we're going to review today is how we put these past tense verbs in the negative. Let's take a look at one. Marc étudie le français. How do I say Marc doesn't study French? How did I say he did study French? Marc a étudié le français. How are we going to make it negative? Marc n'étudie pas l'anglais in the present. Marc n'a pas étudié l'anglais in the past. Georges aime l'anglais. Marc a aimé l'anglais. Right? George likes English. Marc liked English. Georges n'aime pas la biologie. How am I going to say he didn't like biology? Georges n'a pas aimé la biologie. So we're just turning them from positive to negative. Georges parle espagnol. That's the present tense. So the negative would, in the past tense would be Georges a parlé espagnol. Now we want to make it negative. Georges ne parle pas chinois. We want to say he didn't speak Chinese. Georges, see if you can write it or say it. Georges n'a pas parlé chinois. Héloïse dîne au restaurant. Present tense, so the past tense is Héloïse a dîné au restaurant. How are we going to say that she didn't eat at a cafe in the past tense? Elle n'a pas dîné au café. So the black is the present tense, the red is the past tense. Marie-Lou voyage à Paris. How would I say that in the past tense? That she traveled to Paris. Marie-Lou a voyagé à Paris. Marie-Lou ne voyage pas à Madrid. She isn't traveling to Madrid. How am I going to say in the past she wasn't traveling to Madrid? Marie-Lou n'a pas voyagé à Madrid. She did not travel to Madrid. Signor Borboa visite au Mexique. Write that in the past tense, in the present now. In the positive now, not the negative. He visited Mexico. Signor Borboa a visité au Mexique. Signor Borboa ne visite pas Reno, Nevada. Right, Nevada. Let's put that in the past tense. Signor Borboa n'a pas visité Reno. David mange un hot dog. How would I say David ate a hot dog? David a mangé le hot dog. David ne mange pas le hamburger. Passé. David n'a pas mangé le hamburger. Fantastic! That was a lot of work. You did great. Now we're going to go off to our independent work where we have some past tense to work on. Changing things from the present to the past, writing things in English and in French in the past and in the negative. It's super awesome. That was great. Totally proud of you. Fantastique. Let's say goodbye for now and I will talk to you later on. Au revoir. À bientôt.